Comparing Stellar XLM with UniSwap needs to be carried out to understand the fundamental differences between the two cryptos, right? And that's exactly what we're doing today with 7 major points to look at, because it's clear trillions could flow through cryptos like Stellar XLM, and you and I, your award-winning Stellar XLM crypto developer, could benefit. But which crypto is getting more adoption right now, and why? Because if you want to make those huge profits, that 250k plus in a relatively short space of time, you need to be in the right crypto, right? You need to ensure that your portfolio is allocated correctly, right? So let's jump right in and get a clearer understanding as to what is going on here. Point 1. Purpose, blockchain purpose. Stellar is a decentralized blockchain platform designed for fast, low-cost international money transfers and asset issuance, right? These are first-class citizens, not confined by the bounds of the blockchain, right? UniSwap is a decentralized exchange platform on the Ethereum blockchain that allows users to trade ERC20 tokens without the need for intermediaries. And it's important to understand that actually UniSwap was a bit of a pioneer for the ERC20 tokens, which brings us on to point 2. Technology. Stellar XLM uses a consensus algorithm called the Stellar XLM consensus protocol, which was the federated Byzantine protocol. In fact, it is the same thing, but Stellar's just really tweaked it. But they use this with quorum sets and quorum slices to validate transactions and maintain network security. UniSwap operates on the Ethereum blockchain, utilizing smart contracts for automated token swaps. And this again was really quite revolutionary when it came to UniSwap. But really, it uses still the proof of stake consensus protocol, which was a proof of work protocol to enable this, which brings me to point 3, transaction speeds and scalability. Stellar offers fast, low-cost transactions with average confirmation times of around 5 seconds, whereas Uniswap transaction speeds depends on the Ethereum's network, which can experience congestion and higher gas fees during these peak times, right? I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'd always ask you to seek their advice, but I am an award-winning Stellar XLM crypto developer. But really, understanding the fundamental differences between these two cryptos could be key to you making those massive ROIs. That's why it's so important you watch until the end, because it could be the difference to making that 250k plus profits, or simply making none at all. And that brings me to point 4, asset types. Stellar, in addition to its native cryptocurrency XLM, Stellar supports the issuance and trading of various assets. Again, these are first-class citizens. They're not bound by the confounds of the blockchain. It includes various other cryptocurrencies and fiat currencies, so it can move from one crypto blockchain to the next crypto blockchain to the institutions and other use cases, whereas Uniswap preliminarily deals with ERC20 tokens, which are tokens built on the Ethereum blockchain. And that brings me to point 5, liquidity and market reach. Stellar XLM has partnerships with several financial institutions. MoneyGram, Wisdom Tree, I might add, BlackRock owned 10% in, Franklin Templeton. And really you should watch the comparison between Bitcoin and Stellar XLM to understand actually what the CEO of this multi-trillion-dollar firm thinks of Bitcoin. And really, when we understand all the financial institutes involved, it's key to making it easier to access liquidity and to bridge traditional finance with blockchain technology. Uniswap operates as a decentralized exchange relying on liquidity providers by the users. It has gained popularity within the Ethereum community, but has a narrow focus in terms of liquidity and how it can access that liquidity, which brings me to point 6, user interface and accessibility. Stellar provides its users with a user-friendly interface for managing wallets and making transactions, whereas Uniswap's interface is mainly accessed through decentralized wallets such as MetaMask, which offers a different user experience for token swaps. Which brings us to point 7. Governance and decentralization. Stellar's network is maintained by various validators, including organizations and individuals. Decisions regarding network upgrades and changes are made through decisions and consensus. And again, these quorum sets and quorum slices are going to be the initial decision makers, right? Where Uniswap operates as a decentralized protocol, allowing users to participate in governance through voting on proposals related to the platform. And really, when we think about that, if you want to make these huge profits, you've got to do the research, right? That's why it's so important you watch until the end, because it could be the difference between you making that 270k plus profits or simply making very little profits at all. And so we have to ask ourselves, why does Uniswap then get more adoption? And there are several points that may explain why Uniswap token has gained more adoption compared to Stellar XLM. And really, we have to think about point 1, which is decentralized finance, DeFi, right? The DeFi dominance. Uniswap has emerged as a leading decentralized exchange protocol within the growing DeFi ecosystem. The popularity of DeFi has contributed significantly to the adoption of Uniswap and the Uni token. And you have to understand that, you know, smart contracts was the Ethereum came about with the smart contracts, right? Was the first, you know, and really that understanding that Turing complete smart contract with its own programming language, Solidity, very similar to JavaScript. This has attracted many of these programmers and want to get involved in something new, something different. And really, when Uniswaps came about, this DeFi protocol really takes that power away from the institutions, the big banks, the corporations, and enables people to swap. And this is where it's garnered its popularity. So we go to point 2, Ethereum ecosystem. As Uniswap operates on the Ethereum blockchain, it benefits from a vast network effects of the established infrastructure of Ethereum's ecosystem. Ethereum has a strong developer community, wide token support, and integration with other DeFi projects, which has helped Uniswap garner and gain that traction. And this brings us on to point 3, early mover advantage. Uniswap launched its protocol in 2018, making it one of the earliest decentralized exchanges in the market. This early mover advantage allowed Uniswap to establish a solid user base, build trust, and grow its ecosystem over time. And we know that Uniswap was first to the party with this, with atomic swap capability, with AMM, when, you know, and Stellar followed up soon later in about 2020 with Protocol 18 for that AMM, and you know, the atomic swap with path payments and stuff like that. You can program that, program those operations to make these atomic swap operations, right? But really, Uniswap was the first to do that on the Ethereum blockchain, and you know, that's where most developers want to be in that instance. Which brings us on to point 4, governance and community engagement. Uni token holders have governance rights and can participate in decision-making processes for the protocol. This governance model has incentivized community engagement, giving users a sense of ownership and fostering a loyal and active user base. And again, you can't really do that with Stellar just by being a token holder. You need to be running a validator, you need to be running a node, a concept, right? Which brings us on to point 5, user-friendly interface. Uniswap provides a user-friendly interface that allows easy token swapping directly from users' wallets. This simplicity and seamless experience contributed to its popularity and adoption, particularly among retail and users. And when we think about that, we have to think about the ecosystem on whole, because Stellar actually engages with other programming languages by providing these SDKs like Go, like C++, like JavaScript, like TypeScript, like Haskell, Python, so many others, like Rust, the new programming language, connected with FutureNet, where you'll be able to have these Turing complete smart contracts connecting to WASM, making this easy and seamless and the quickest smart contracts in town. Watch this space. Which brings us to point 6, liquidity mining and incentives. UniSwap has implemented various liquidity mining pools and incentives to attract liquidity providers to the platform. These programs reward users with UniSwap tokens for providing liquidity, boosting liquidity pools and enhancing the overall trading experience. And Stellar, has followed up. Again, they're not the first mover on this, right? And really with that protocol 18, again, it incentivizes market makers to jump in, and you'll be able to make a spread and then earn fees via the token suppliers, right? Because if you're jumping in between spread, the protocol allows you to gain that 0.03% of a fee, which is a good enough incentive in any case. Point 7, we have to think about demand for tokens and swapping. UniSwap's core functionality of token swapping and access to a wide range of tokens has catered to the market demand for decentralized trading. The ability to swap tokens without relying on traditional centralized exchanges has appealed to users seeking more control over their assets, right? And really, again, Stellar has this DEX internally. It has a decentralized DEX, and it's probably one of the first. Like Ripple, Stellar has a decentralized Ripple, XRP has a decentralized DEX internally, right? But really, Uniswap allowed you to do it on the Ethereum network, where most development was happening, where most smart contracts were taking place, and the focus was different. It was focused towards the people. So this really had a massive effect on how Uniswap was used. It's more popular in that respect. But remember, adoption can be influenced by various factors, and it's important to consider the specific need and use cases and target audience of each cryptocurrency. To make huge profits in crypto takes research and analysis, right? That's why it's important to continue to develop a clear-cut understanding of what's going on in the space. To do that, we need as much alpha as possible. This is what's going to get you those huge profits. That's 70k plus profits. But really, you need to continue to compare these cryptos like Stellar XLM. And if you want to do that, if you want to make that 250k plus profits, you need to check out this next video, because we're going to be comparing one of the 20 other cryptos above Stellar XLM and see exactly what Stellar could be doing better. I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Smash the Zion coin up there. Check out the next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day now. Take care.